Hello friends, welcome to our Examly's Law Channel Legal B. In our 300 most important law questions, we have reached to part 13 and today we will be discussing questions on Transfer of Property Act. In our next video, we will be discussing questions from topic of IBC and taxation and our last topic will be of partnership, LLP and law of trust. अगर आपको किसी और टॉपिक पे क्वेश्चंस चाहिए, रिवीजन चाहिए, mention them in the comment box. So starting with the first question. In a transaction of sale, to which of the following a buyer is not entitled? The correct answer is none of the above. He is entitled to all of the mentioned A, B, C. This is given under section number 55. The buyer is entitled where the ownership of the property has passed to him to the benefit of any improvement in or increase in the value of the property and to the rents and profits thereof. Question number 2. Transaction of transfer of ownership in the property for a price partly paid and partly promised is. The correct answer is sale. Section number 54 of the Transfer of Property Act defines sale. Question 3. A contract for sale. The correct answer is both A and B. A contract for sale does not by itself create charge in the property or interest in the property. This is given under section number 54. The definition of sale is given and then the contract for sale is mentioned. A contract for sale of immovable property is a contract that a sale of such property shall take place on terms settled between the parties. It does not of itself create any interest in or charge on such property. Question number 4. Marshalling can be made by. The correct answer is A. Subsequent purchaser. Section number 56 defines marshalling by subsequent purchaser. If the owner of two or more properties mortgages them to one person and then sells one or more of the properties to another person, the buyer is, in the absence of a contract to the contrary, entitled to have the mortgage debt satisfied out of the property or properties not sold to him. Question number 5. Mortgage is. The correct answer is A and B or C. This is given under section number 58. A mortgage is transfer of an interest in specific immovable property for the purpose of securing the payment of money advanced or to be advanced by way of loan in existing or future debt or the performance of an engagement which may give rise to a pecuniary liability. Question number 6. Which of the following kinds of mortgages involve transfer of possession of property to mortgagee and also rent collected from the property is deposited with the mortgagee? The correct answer is usufructuary mortgage. As per section number 58D of the Transfer of Property Act, usufructuary mortgage is where the mortgagor delivers possession or expressly or by implication binds himself to deliver possession of the mortgage property to the mortgagee and authorizes him to retain such possession until payment of mortgage money and to receive the rents and profits accruing from the property. Question number 7. When mortgage property is leased and it is renewed, the correct answer is mortgagor gets benefit of lease on redemption of property. This is given under section number 64, renewal of mortgage lease. Where the mortgage property is a lease and the mortgagee obtains renewal of the lease, the mortgagor upon redemption shall, in the absence of contract by him to the contrary, have the benefit of new lease. Question number 8. A suit for foreclosure and sale can be filed by. The correct answer is mortgagee. Section number 67 talks about right to foreclosure or sale. In the absence of contract to the contrary, the mortgagee has at any time after the mortgage money has become due to him and before a decree has been made for the redemption of mortgage property or the mortgage money has been paid or deposited, a right to obtain from the court a decree that the mortgagor shall be absolutely debarred of his right to redeem the property or a decree that the property be sold. Question number 9. Which of the following persons cannot sue for redemption? The correct answer is mortgagee. Question number 8 was foreclosure and here the question is related to redemption. Section number 91 talks about persons who may sue for redemption. Question 10. Which of the following transfers of interest transfers only right to enjoy the property? The correct answer is E. Lease. This is defined under section number 105 of the Transfer of Property Act. A lease of immovable property is the transfer of a right to enjoy such property. Question number 11. Lease reserving a yearly rent has to be. The correct answer is made only by a registered instrument. Thus, a lease with an yearly rent should be made by only a registered instrument. This is given under section number 107 of Transfer of Property Act. Question number 12. Who amongst the following shall have the option to determine the lease? The correct answer is lessee. This is given under section number 110 of Transfer of Property Act. option to determine lease. Question number 13. Which of the following is right or liability of a lessee? The correct answer is during the continuance of lease, any accession is made to the property. Such accession shall be deemed to be comprised in the lease. This is the right of lessee. Option A and B are wrong. These are the rights and liabilities of lessor. These all are given under section number 108 of Transfer of Property Act. Question number 14. A lets a house to B for 5 years. B underlets the house to C at a monthly rent of ₹100. The 5 years expire, but C continues in possession of the house and pays the rent to A. C's lease is, the correct answer is, renewed. This is given under section number 116 of Transfer of Property Act, effect of holding over, and this is an illustration from that section. Question number 15. If A gives a house on lease to B and it catches fire and gets destroyed completely while B is in possession, in such a case, the correct answer is lease shall become void at the option of B. This is given under section number 108, rights and liabilities of lessee, if by fire, tempest, flood, or violence of an army or of a mob or other irresistible force, any material part of the property be wholly destroyed or rendered substantially and permanently unfit for the purposes for which it was let, the lease shall at the option of lessee be void. Question number 16. Lease has to be made by a registered instrument if it is reserving an yearly rent. So this we have discussed in some other form in a previous question as well. Section number 107 talks about leases how made. Question 17. Seller is entitled to rent from the property. The correct answer is A and B, till ownership passes to the buyer or till possession is with him. This is given under section number 55, rights and liabilities of buyer and seller. Question number 18. In case of a transfer of dwelling house by one of the co-owners, the correct answer is transferee is not entitled to its joint possession if he is not a member of the family. This is given under section number 44, transfer by one co-owner. Thus, in case of dwelling house, the transferee will not have a right to joint possession of that house. Question number 19. Which of the following is true about interest of unborn in the transfer of property? The correct answer is interest created shall not take effect unless it extends to the whole of remaining interest of the transferor. This is given under section number 13, transfer for benefit of unborn person. Question number 20, last question of this video. A person can become an ostensible owner of a property. The correct answer is with the express or implied consent of the person interested in immovable property. This is given under section number 41, transfer by ostensible owner. So this was all in the 13th video on Transfer of Property Act. In our next 14th video in 300 most important law questions, we'll be discussing questions from IBC and taxation. If you have any specific topic, if you have any queries, any suggestions, any doubts, you can write them in the comment below or you can reach out to us on this number. Subscribe to our channel, stay tuned with the relevant content and information on our channel. Click the bell icon. Thank you.